Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. Let's take a look at the weekly charts. Critical support. We opened below on Monday. This is a settlement-based system. It is a weekly chart. It would be a settlement tomorrow, Friday, below 109.44 by a 1% margin. That would signal bearish continuation over the next several months to 78.54. But until then, there's no good reason to play the short side. Might you have been shaken out of a long position? That would be understandable, given the fact that we certainly have violated that area on the daily chart substantially this week, but we closed back above it on Tuesday, a little higher on Wednesday. The emphasis remains up by, well, let's call it by a hair. I mean, we don't have a sell signal, but we are definitely testing long-term support. And I think if we can today, for instance, a close above 112.82, we have a good low not only through the rest of the week, but into next week. I would expect the 121.85 formation by the end of next week or sooner. This is a solid 3 to 5 day pivot point. So 112.82 is a solid day trade level for Thursday. Now we've got the tariff announcement. I have no idea where the market's going to open. Obviously, I am recording this before the Trump speech, so I have no idea really what to expect. But if we continue doing what we've done the last couple of days, we can easily test 112.82, if not open above it. And if we open above 112.82, this could, obviously that would be under the bullish reaction, a bullish reaction to the tariff announcement that would allow perhaps 121.85 by the closing bell. The tariffs, I think there's so much pent up anxiety about this that it could result in a substantial rally into the low 120s by the closing bell if we happen to open today above 112.82. 121.85 can contain weekly highs. We can fall back from here within a week or two back into the 109 handle. But just keep in mind that if we close the week clearly above the 109.44 formation, that maintains a longer term bullish dynamic. Still anticipating the 133.55 descending channel top as a 3 to 5 week target. And if over the next, week or two, we can close above 121.85, we should see 133.68 in as little as 1 to 2 weeks at the very most, where we can top out into May activity and fall away through the month of May back into the 109 handle. That's kind of what I see. So if you're a 3 to 5 week swing trader and you're still long, then it's stay long into the upper or the lower 130s. If you're more of a 1 to 2 week swing trader, it's stay long up to 121.85. If you're a 3 to 5 day swing trader and you're not in a position right now, just closing above 112.82 or even opening today above 120 to 112.82 will allow 121.85 by the closing bell. Now, downside, if we happen to break or open today below the 109.33 level, with the kind of environment we're right now, I wouldn't be surprised to see 102.44 today. That would likely be the extent of it. But if we close today at 108.23 or lower, which is 1% below this long-term channel bottom on the daily chart, I do see the beginning of a long-term sell signal. That's not really confirmed, of course, until we close tomorrow, Friday, also below the 109.44 formation by a full 1% margin. I'll give you those numbers, of course, on Friday. But for today, I think you can act at 108.23 or lower. If we open clearly below 109.33, once again, 102.44 in reach. And if we close today below 109.33 by the 1% margin of 108.23 or lower, I like the 1% margin because this is a long-term line study. I don't use 1% margins on near-term or short-term levels like 112.82 or 121.85 or even 133.68. This is a 3-month descending channel. It is a 6-month line study or longer, which this 109.33 level happens to be, which means you really do need to give it the 1% threshold. And if we close today below 108.23, I think you can play the 97.94 1 to 2 week target, assuming we also close the week at 108.35 or lower below the 109.44 formation. This is a meaningful sell signal into the later second quarter. The next 2 to 3 months anticipating 78.54 2-year channel support. where NVIDIA can bottom out through the rest of the year. But we are not expecting 78.54 unless we close tomorrow 108.35 or lower. And yes, if we close today at 108.23 or lower, I think that's actionable. I'll leave it to you, especially if you're a 3 to 5 day swing trader, where we could test 102.44 possibly today, 97.94 over the next 3 to 5 days. But in terms of a longer term position trade, it may be best 208 settlement tomorrow, 108.35 or lower, for expecting the upper 70s. I think that pretty much rounds it out. I'm going to leave it at that for Thursday's NVIDIA report. You have a great day.